It's hard to be a comedian these days, I'll tell you the truth, because the stuff on social media is 10 times funnier than anything you could do. My favorite thing now is there's Mexican guys on TikTok or whatever, or they're like on Instagram going, please, Donald Trump, ICE, don't take mi suegra, please. Do not take my mother-in-law back to Mexico. Her name is Maria Gonzalez. She's 4'11", 295 pounds. She lives 311 Nelson Avenue. She's there right now. Please don't come and take her, whatever you do. I will help you move her stuff.
Rob Schneider is absolutely hilarious. What a great comedian.
I was at the 50th anniversary of Saturday Night Live a couple of weeks ago. I don't know if you know this, but they're kind of liberal over there. And Robert De Niro was there. And I know that he hates Trump, you know, and I've been very pro-Trump. At the end of the show, we walk up and I'm behind him, and all of a sudden people push me a little bit, you know. So I'm directly behind De Niro, you know. And he turns around. He's like, why? Trump is a schmuck. He makes you a schmuck. Schneider, I don't know why you can say, I mean, it's just, I don't get it. He's making you a schmuck. I just kept thinking, Robert De Niro knows who I am.
Oh, man. I love Rob Schneider. That was a great joke right there, great delivery, and great impression.
I'd also want to bring up the issue with trans in schools. I do think children should be allowed to have that knowledge on if they want to transition on what they want to do.
If I have a boy and he thinks he's a pirate, do I have the right to cut off his knee and take an eye out and give him an eye patch?
I think once it gets to that certain point.
A certain point? Like, what's the point where I can cut off my son's knee and say, because he thinks he's a pirate?
I think that's purely between the parent and the child.
Well, I don't think a parent should be allowed to do that.
You should have the option to go be educated and then still go and make the choice that you want to make.
Okay,
After
not
you
at
get
14.
that
If you are under 25 years old, they don't even let you rent a car in this state. What does Avis, Enterprise, and Hertz know that the medical establishment seems so blissfully ignorant about? You are not a good decision maker at 14. You turn 18, you cut off any part you want, and I hope that you don't.
I must say I gotta agree with him right there. It's beautiful to see him spitting cold, hard facts.
Tesla protesters are scratching other Teslas that are owned 95% by Democrats. Like, f*** you for being on the same side as me. Asshole, agreeing with me on everything. F*** off. So what are these Democrats? They're not thinking. That's like taking some dog shit, putting it in a paper bag, lighting it on fire, stomping on it yourself. Like, I'll show you. Oh, fuck.
Oh, man. Rob Schneider roasting all of these Democrats never gets old.
California, probably the most craziest state. They passed this thing called slave reparations. California's going to pay slave reparations to people who are never slaves, to be paid for by people who never owned slaves in a state that never had slaves.
Completely ridiculous.
That's like paying child support for a child you never had with a woman you never f***ed. You know, it just doesn't...
Oh my gosh, that was funny. And I totally think that the reparations are BS.
I feel bad that Kamala Harris couldn't make it to the inauguration. I heard she had a very important bag of Doritos to open. Come on! You hate me, don't you, in the front row? She hates me. I should have done my research. Stand there and be miserable all show. Immigration was a big issue in the last election. You know, I've seen the changes it's had. I mean, there are so many Haitians in Minneapolis now. doesn't even feel like Somalia anymore. Come on!
Come on.
Funny. You see, it's like Somalia already. So how can it be more? Oh, we're gonna find out later you're glued to your chair.
Oh, I swear Trump is a content president. He is just so funny, and you can make jokes of whatever he does.
I gotta tell you, I'm pissed off because I was in New York City. And I know New York City, you know, it can be a little crazy, but I walked into a bar and they kicked me out of a bar. I was wearing a, you know, MAGA hat, Make America Great Again, Trump hat. They said, sir. And somebody came around and said, sir, we're gonna ask you to leave the bar. And I said, what? They said, because I'm a Trump supporter? Because I'm wearing a MAGA hat? You're asking me, that's discrimination. That's what, you kicked me out of the bar for the hat. He said, no, you're not wearing any pants. I was like, yeah, maybe, but it's the hat. That's why you're kicking me out, right? No, we can see your dick. No, it's the little hat, you know, on my dick. That's what it is, the Make Small Dicks Great Again hat. That's what.
What? That was a wild story. I would love to see Rob Schneider in a bar in New York without pants. That would make for a great evening.
Even the people who snuck in here 2 months ago, they don't want more people coming in. Now, listen, man. We don't want somebody trying to come over here and take the job I just took. I just took it like 2 hours ago.
That does not make sense at all. I don't get it.
I will tell you, there's never been a greater time to be an actual Nazi in America. Yeah. Because now, you could take your Tesla, if you have one and you're a Nazi, and just put a whole gigantic swastika on it, and then drive around, and people go, oh, that's terrible. Poor guy. He says, yeah, it's awful. Never been angrier.
Oh, man, Rob Schneider is just too funny. What a great comedian. I just would love to see him live, honestly.
The first project that Elon Musk and Trump are working on is renaming Mars Alago, which I like. That election was something else. I haven't seen a woman so brutally beaten by a man since the Olympics. You know, that was... I'm all
Man, Rob Schneider is an absolute legend. This one got me good. That was absolutely hilarious. Make sure you go check him out, guys. He's a great comedian. Links down below in the description. robschneider.com if you want to buy tickets for his tour.
For Gay Pride, Gay Weekend, Parade, I will say Gay Pride Month seems a little greedy. It's a month. We only get 12. Basically 11, because then it's Gay Pride Month again. 4 weeks in a row. They don't even try to break that shit up. You know, have a week in January, come back in April after you healed up, you know, and then August, who gives a shit? August, who cares, you know? And then New Year's, you know. New Year's, who hasn't sucked a dick on New Year's, frankly? Come on, live your life. Don't cheat yourself. 4 weeks in a row. We get Veterans Day. You fight for the country, you get a day. Thank you for fighting for the country. Oh, sorry, day's over. Take the meat off the barbecue. That's it, you get a day. That's it, day. Thank you for fighting for the country. Memorial Weekend, you die for the country, they give you a weekend. Thank you for dying for the country. Take the boat out of the lake, put it on. Take the boat out of the lake, put it on the truck. You get a weekend, Memorial Weekend. Thank you for dying for the country. Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves, kept the Union together, gets a day. Not even his own day. He's got to share it with George Washington, who founded the whole fucking country. He doesn't get a day either. He's got to share it with Lincoln.
What a disgrace.
But if they would have sucked each other's dicks, they would have got a whole month. That's all I'm saying. I know it's not possible because Lincoln was so tall. You know.
Jesus, I do think that a whole month is a bit too much, in my opinion.
It was nice being here. Cedar Rapids last night, and we went to a coffee shop, and it was a LBGTQ coffee shop. You know, they had the flag right out in front. You know, so I'm in this coffee shop. I come in. As soon as I walk in, one of the ladies with the shaved head on the side, you know, and the long purple hair on the front, she goes, "Hey, Niro! You're a famous comedian, Niro! Ah, you have a show here in town in Cedar Rapids? Yeah. Can I go? Can I get tickets?" I said, "Yeah, sure, but you're not going to like it." You're not going to like it. Do your research. Yeah. Look up Rob Schneider Trump, you know. You go, "Oh, fuck," you know. Fucking transphobe. So I didn't want to get into it, but I, you know, left her 2 tickets. She didn't show up. Good, she did her research. Good. Before she did her research, she said, "Oh my God! You're the second famous comedian that's ever been in here." I said, "All right, I'll take the bait. Who was the other one?" "Bill Cosby." I'm like, "Oh, fuck." I bet you went to his concert, didn't you? You did, right? "Yeah, but I don't remember any of it." I said, "Oh, well, you know." Bill Cosby, he's out of prison. He's going back on tour. Look it up. I swear. Tickets are not that expensive. But there is a 2-drink wake up with his dick in your mouth minimum. Okay, that's a good fucking joke. Solid joke right there.
Solid joke, I gotta agree. Honestly, what a presence
But I
on
just feel-
stage. Rob Schneider absolutely killing it every single time. His video gets millions of views, and for good reason, and now I can see why.
Like when you're like in a sea full of like MAGA hats and stuff, is it not like hard to like speak against that, or do you like actually believe everything that you're saying in a way?
Yes, I do believe everything I'm saying.
Yeah, I think that's a bad faith question. I do.
It is.
Because your assumption is that we are insincere in our beliefs. But the only benefit that we have here, to come here today, is to talk to people like yourself because we love our country. The woman that you're supporting, Kamala Harris, they said that free speech, they describe it as a privilege. Now, this is either they're constitutionally ignorant or they're knowingly false. It is a guaranteed First Amendment right for all Americans. It is not a privilege like a driver's license. When you are born in America, you have the right to speak your mind. And it isn't the nice stuff that needs protecting. It's the stuff that everybody disagrees with. If someone's going to decide what free speech that you say and what I say, if it's going to be the government, they're always going to do what's best for the government. So we need to protect all speech. And I'm going to protect your right to free speech. I'm going to protect your right to vote any way that you want from the highest mountain. Always.
Always. Amen, brother. Free speech is our God-given right. It is in the First Amendment, and for good reason, and everybody should be able to speak his mind freely. And Rob Schneider is 100% right. Once again, we have to fight and defend free speech wherever it is in danger, especially right now online. It is our God-given right. It is one of the most important things we can fight for, honestly, today. We have to fight for free speech and make together comedy great once again. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you had some great laugh with me. Make sure you check out Rob Schneider as well. RobSchneider.com, great comedian. I would love to see him live, honestly. Click right there to watch the next one, and I will see you there. Bye-bye.